Hello my friends and my followers of all things Define, my network. Basically this short video is a brief video about my petition that I started 6-7 months ago. 6-7 months ago I had a big petition, and it's still going on, and it's on the process of being complete. But basically what this whole situation is, as everyone knows, the light workers are trying to raise the vibration on planet Earth. So this is what we're trying to save here. Not just the animals, not just the lands, not just the houses, the people, our sense of reality, our sense of perception. It's not all just about that. What it's about, people, what you really need to understand, and I'm being vivid and being blunt and being forward here. What we need to know is, and what we need to realise more like is, because we do know this but we don't acknowledge it because we're distracted by what the government thinks and what they want us to think and act on and present ourselves to be, and or perceive the world to be. 2 seconds, just need to put charger in, laptop charger. It's not really good for video, but anyway, yeah. So attention, read all about it. Petitioning Secretary of State of Education Nikki Morgan MP. Take care of the generation that's going to be the next wave of indigo children, crystal children, golden age children, however you want to perceive the children. What we are is God. We are divine beings reincarnated in these genetic bodysuits, electrical suits, however you want to perceive it or describe it as. And so yeah, more to the point is, this is about the petition, and I'm more, let's say, I'm annoyed that people had looked at the petition and done nothing about it. I've looked on the status, the dashboard of the petition, and there was like 127 views on the actual petition, but only 20 people at the time was signed it, like just to support the petition, basically. So it did make me angry, because why would you get angry? There's no reason. There's no benefit in getting angry over people because they don't believe in this, or they don't perceive it. Because you know what, as much as we want to believe it's not a belief system that we are experiencing there, we are, because we've got politics, we've got religion, we've got spiritual leaders now, we've got other people doing other things now. We've got all these things, yeah, to divide and conquer people, but not as much conquer, but to divide people, because they don't want people to reconnect. Not reconnect as a human people, as like persons, I mean as us in souls. And when we reconnect as souls, we can continue the journey together, as me and David will do in due time to come. So yeah, if you can look into my petition, and you're very conscious, you'll understand where I'm coming from, why I'm so frustrated and annoyed that no one, or hardly anyone, has any its intention of signing the petition. It's not against the government, which, it is my my forte, or it's something like I'm passionate about, is exposing the government. But at the end of the day, I've also come to a realisation, we can't change the system, we've got to improve the system. That's the statement that I'm trying to say here. So like, this is what I'm saying. I took this petition in, basically, the this paper I'm going to show you in a minute and read it. I took it into one shop. I won't say the name. But I went into the shop. I said, would you be able to put this this thing on the thingy, because they normally do for people, adverts, promotions, etc. And they read it, and the old woman said, okay, 1 sec, I'll talk to the person, the manager or someone's in charge, to talk, see if they can put it up on the board. So that's what they've done. He came out and he said that we can't put it up on the pin board, sorry, because it's political, it's against political, or something to do with political. I said, you know what, mate, I'm not even going there, mate. If you don't want to put it up, don't put it up. And I just left, because I was going to kick off real bad. Because at the end of the day, that person, that civil servant in that shop, working, you know, engaging with the public, i.e. me, I'm the public, you know, and you know, his perception is so small. The bloke I'm talking about, he had no idea to even look at what the actual petition is about, because it doesn't say it says petitioning security or state of education, Nicky Morgan. So it sounds like, yeah, it's against. But if you look at, if you read and you take 2 seconds, 5 minutes out your fucking busy material life, people, and read, or just like look into it on yourself, if you can support this great idea, this opportunity that I put on this paper I'm reading now, it says, if you can support this great opportunity to create a brighter future, then please take out 5 minutes and sign the petition I've created with intention of to build a brighter, lighter generation. The Indigo Aspect Society supports the idea of teaching knowledge, not education, but knowledge, or widely known as energy healing to most people. And we also, or I also, and the team behind me who supports All Things Defined, we all are conscious. We are all consciousness development. That's what we're into. That's what we support. And so please, people, take 5 minutes out of your day and just think about the children. You know, I haven't got children myself, but I've got younger brothers, like 13, the oldest one is now, and I've got nieces, nephews, so I've got a lot of young generation around me. And you know, I've just come out of the young generation because I'm 27, and you know, like and it just like, it really got to me. It really like upset me, really, if anything, that the man did not even read the thing. Because if he read the actual page I've got in front of me, it's not saying, oh, I'm against Nicky Morgan, you know, she got re-signed, blah 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 blah, anything negativity. I'm not into negativity, like. And if I do come across negative, I'd like someone to, you know, to let me know that, because at the end of the day, I don't feel like I'm negative. I'm just blunt, straightforward. And if your perception of reality is clear and in clarity, you'll perceive the energy chakra around me, and you'll understand where I'm coming from, and you'll understand that I'm here within love, light, truth, and honesty, and I am working with some spirit guides that are really intelligent. They do suck your energy dry, and I can explain that as well. And the reason is because when we're in the clairvoyance reading session, and they're giving us readings, we're getting readings and that, and then people come home and they say, oh, that's so draining, or I'm tired and all that. You know why that is? It's because we're working with our spirit guides, and that's how not the transition, but the connection works, and how the the exchange, the energy exchange works between spirit guides and yourself, or the medium and yourself. And if it's going through the medium would obviously be sucked dry, more like sucked to the maximum of energy as much as the other person. But like if I was receiving the message after I feel tired and I feel drained, as I do sometimes, and I'm really like, you know, I'm really high fiberish, if that's a word, but you know, and I do come back really drained from these spiritual services on Sundays and stuff. But you know, when you get drained from doing this stuff, it's not because, oh, it's the devil's work and he's like, you know, he's putting you in pain and he's doing this and he's doing that, or it's Satan, or it's Lucifer, all these names, all these things are just characters, not myths. They're characters in a book. They've been known, that most probably have lived at one point in their life to be mentioned in the book, that been republished thousands and thousands and thousands of times since the actual real Bible, King James, actually was first published way back in the day. And it's funny actually, because I went into Oxfam once, reading a Bible, and I'm not religious. So as I was reading this Bible, I was thinking, why am I reading? First question in my head, I was thinking, why am I reading it? Second question is, what's good for me in this book? That's all you need to know in this life. It's what you're doing and what is good for you. And if it's not good for you, you don't do it. And you know, if it's not important for your life, or it's not irrelevant, let's say, if it's not really let's say if it's not irrelevant, you just got to think a bit different to other people and outside the box. But this is my petition anyway, and I'll put the link on the video description thing. Basically, it's not against Nicky Morgan, it's not against any kind of government. It's trying to create and build a brighter future for the generation. And you can tell from my website, you can tell from myself that I'm only in here trying to improve the system, not trying to change the system, because you know what, people try to change the system in politics, and where's it get you? Don't get you nowhere. I know that because I've been emailing a politician for the last 2 weeks, and last night he's actually turned around to me and said politics ruins your life. I said, you know what, mate, I could have told you that 2 weeks ago when I first met you, but I didn't. And that's my answer, because if you go around telling everyone everything you know, or what you think you know, or you know what you got in your head, or your perception, what you're perceiving, if you tell everyone and that person ain't perceiving that kind of frequency that you're perceiving, or that thought that you're perceiving, and then they think you're blind, you're balmy, you're mad, you're crazy, and people they disconnect you, and they don't want to talk to you, or they don't want to sit next to you, and that's fair enough, man. I'd rather them be like that than you know, coming towards me and suck my energy, drain me dry. Because if you're a sun star, like I'm a Sagittarius in the sun, so I know it's about authority, knowledge, and it's about, you know, just sharing the wisdom to humanity in any aspect, any way possible. And that's what I'm trying to do, people. I'm not trying to hype up any of the public. I'm not trying to change anyone's perception. I'm just trying to wake up and trying to make you think a different way of thinking about something. Before I was going to leave this video, I was going to actually mention that that a lot of people have said to me in the last few weeks to me, like family and close people to me, they said to me I look skinny, I look slimmer than my normal self. And I said, alright, but you know what, I feel energised, I feel good, and I feel not ill. I feel not ill, so I'm well. I'm very well, thank you. I'm a very well being, thank you very much. So just leave me to be and so may it be. And the reason why I'm slim, astro body, as they say in some places in the world, is because what you see around me is just skin, basically my human body, and over that you'll see loads of energy if you perceive that right frequency for your reality, and your reality will perceive that chakra color, the energy circle, fucking whatever it is, and then you'll start developing your mediumship, or clairvoyance even, you know. And so if you are slim and you don't eat much, or you do eat much but you are slim, it's nothing bad as long as you're not eating all the crap. And I do eat a lot of crap, I must admit, but at the same time, look at me, I'm slim, I'm less toxic than I was 5 years ago. I feel more high vibrated than ever in my life, this lifetime anyway, and I feel good. So if people, if you feel like that, and this is what the mainstream media, wind me the F up, mate, I tell you, because they make people feel like they've got to change their persona or their look, the way they are, to fit into this other world's stuff of reality that they're trying to create. Like these bloody reality TV shows. Big Brother is just one of them. That's nothing compared to all the other ones I've seen. It's so stupid, mate. Where they get people like the women, but the men as well. They make them out to be, or they make them out to feel like they've got to change their persona or their look to fit into that crowd or that reality of their job, their career at the time. And it's all mind over matter. In a way, it is mind over matter, but you've got to switch your brainwaves to the right side of the mind, if you know what I mean. Instead of going delta, I think it's delta, you've got to go alpha or something like that. Anyway, because I've been looking into the brainwaves lately, and I'm a bit confused because I'm not too sure. So, but what got me into the brainwaves switching, I should have really looked into that before the pineal gland, but I didn't, because it wasn't good for my higher self at the time, my soul's journey, I suppose, to learn that knowledge. But now it's my time to learn different knowledge about brainwaves and how we signal, how we change our brainwaves, and how we perceive different things and different perceptions. And so basically, like I said to you, my life is so symbolic in different ways. But this one was very symbolic because at the time I thought it was, and you'll laugh, but I've actually thought it's lead. Yeah, I actually thought it's lead, but it's not. It's just a piece of aluminium, basically. And the aluminium is obviously, I didn't know at the time, but I asked someone, and he said, yeah, it's come off a wheel from a tyre, basically. Well, if you know about cars, you know what I mean. I don't know fuck all about cars. I'm not into whatever they call them these days, but I call them automobiles. So, but anyway, back to brainwaves. So yeah, after I've got this, I picked this up, and I think, why am I picking this up? This is what I say to myself every time I come across something in my life, in my experiencing. I say, what is it? Is it good for my higher life, my higher self, in my lifetime? Is it going to improve? Is it good? If it's not, I'll get the bad feeling and I'll just leave it. I'll drop it. I'll drop the research, etc. But I didn't. I felt very connected to this one actually, and I still have ever since. And that was about 4 or 5 days ago. And every day since, I've been carrying it on me, not as a tool, but because this is what I do. A lot of people ask me, how do I know a lot of stuff? Well, other than my brain and how it thinks and the way it is, I can't understand that myself. I'm just trying to understand it myself. But other than that, I look into everything that comes into my life, relevant, irrelevant, good, bad, anything comes in my life, I look into it, analyse it, make sure I perceive it in the right way. If it's not good for me, simple, you take it away. You know, thoughts or inspiration. If it's bad stuff, you know, like negativity, negative messages or negative inspirations, you just say, look, leave me alone. If I don't leave you alone, then you need to go to a medium or a spirit releasement person who can actually release the spirit entities that are attached to you and stuff like that. And they're attached to us by different energies and different frequencies and different stuff like that. So, but I have to talk to that in a different video or sometime in person, maybe one day. But I know in one day that you'll see me sometime on screen, so I might have to regrow my hair because I might have to chop it off because it's really getting hot in England at the moment. But I'm trying to keep it on, trying to keep it going because I love it. And the reason why I love it is because it's natural and higher purpose. That's another reason. That's another thing to mention before I go. There's always a higher purpose to a coincidence. You think it's a coincidence? Bollocks. Look into it after that coincidence happens, and you think about it. Month after, you'll realise it's beneficial for you in some way, some aspect in your lifetime today, like this lifetime. And that's what happens to me. I'm not going into it too much, but basically, someone lied, and I can sue the fucking shit off him, but I'm not going to, because at the end of the day, the person's told me a few things about politics and how they're being run locally and globally, and it's helping me with my information, etc. So at the moment I'm just trying to keep him as a source, because I'm not really into bribing people and I'm not into suing people either. I'm not legal, I'm lawful, I'm a free man. I'm a free man like everyone else is, unless you bow down and consent to the authority of the government, which I never consent to, and I'm not obliged to, and nor you. So you make up your own decision, because I'm not telling you what to think, I'm not telling you what to say or do. I'm just telling you to think out the box and your own thing. Think the way you want to think, and not the way people want you to think, not the way the media wants you to think, not the way I want you to think, not the way that David Icke might want you to think, that some people perceive, because a lot of people do perceive us to be, you know, like people trying to, how can I put it, trying to get people to follow us and follow our work and be deceived by what we're saying. But at the end of the day, when he said it, I've said it, many other people said it, at the end of the day, you do not have to listen, you do not have to participate in anything I do, you don't have to do anything. We're not obliged to do anything that we don't want to do. And I can understand that, I'm sure you do understand that, and I'm sure you will understand that one day in this lifetime. For on the record, I do not consent to any legislation. I'm a free man of the land, and I'm not obliged to consent. We're governed by consent, so don't consent unless you have hurt someone, and then lawfully you will be fucking in prison. So remember, your intentions in this lifetime, it's got to be love and in light, because otherwise you'll get nothing done. I know this. It's taken me a good time to realise and wake up what's important, and I'm lucky, so lucky. I feel so lucky in the last 3 years that I've done more research than anyone else probably done in fucking, you know, whatever time. But and that's why it's so much I've got to say, but it's all confusing. So, you know, I've got to go to a good healer, I've got to go to another healer and get my balanced chakras proper balanced, and maybe a past life regression or something, I don't know, because I'm still I know I need to get my emotions out, like the emotions are behind the barrier of the illusion of that I can't tear, I can't show my emotions because it's showing my weakness. That's how what I perceive in my lifetime. I show if I cry, which I do, and I love doing when it comes, because at the end of the day you're releasing toxins. But at the end of the day, what are you also doing? If someone else is there to watch you, you are showing. Well, some people anyway do perceive it as a weakness. I don't, but I'm just saying what words that other people do. So that's how they perceive it as a weakness. I used to think it's a weakness, but now I think it's more like it's a strength, because you release your toxins, release the devil, release the Satan, release the beast from your pineal glands, and experience that other reality, that other consciousness around you, flies, the plants, the energy around my camera, the energy around my hair, the energy around the trees, the energy around the local portals, around the barrel. I don't care where it is. At the end of the day, if your intentions are in love and light, and you develop that every day for however long it takes you in your lifetime, because I've also understood that not everyone is ready to wake up in this lifetime or realise what's going on. So that's another reason why I need to get this message out about the Reiki healing petition that I've got going on. Many people, I don't even know if you do know, but I've been told by a few resources that they've actually used energy healing in the National Health Service. They've also used energy healing for the operations in the NHS to heal people from minor pain and stuff like that. And I've also been told, and I know from the news on TV, but it's all watered down information anyway, but the basic, I'll grasp it as they're teaching meditation now in school. That's well and good, I support that all day long, but my question is to the government is, are you teaching the right, are you putting the children to perceive the right frequency in this reality, or are you programming these children from a young age of 5 onwards to become people with no sense of reality, no sense of awareness, no sense of what's going on in the real world, or in reality, let's say? And so I feel if they're teaching meditation in school, teachers anyway, I don't know why teachers, because they don't know nothing, do they? They only get told what their head teacher tells them. Anyway, so my petition, back to my petition. It's on change.org, yeah? It's Suniki Morgan, MP. It's like, take care of the future generation, teach primary school children Reiki healing. Many people tell me now Reiki healing is it's a believing thing, and all that negative information or feedback I've gotten, yeah. And what I had to say is that, well, if you look into it, energy healing is actually used in the National Health Service, and it is actually scientifically proven to be, proven to be right. Like, energy healing can happen. Basically, it's been established to be what happens. So if they're teaching the meditation in school, which I believe they're teaching meditation in school for the wrong reasons, not the right reasons, I don't see why they can't teach or bring people in from different countries, like from Japan, from from Europe and Eastern countries, to come over it, and to, or even if that's going to cost, if the people are going to cost, turn around and say they're going to cost loads of money and all that shit. Well, you know what, people, yeah, if you think about it, support this idea, yeah, and all the people who are paying taxpayers, yeah, like my dad was for fucking 70 odd years, for God knows what reasons, or near enough 70 years, and all my other race, family and other people do pay government taxes and all that. If you're going to pay the taxes, so why don't you support something that you're actually going to improve the future, or improve what's going on in the world at the moment for your children and your grandchildren, your cousins, your nephews and nieces, your cousin, you know, whatever it may be, whoever it may be. At the end of the day, even if it's the child from upstairs, or the old person from down the road, or I don't really care. At the end of the day, mate, I'll go and tell everyone about Reiki healing and energy healing, conscious healing, however, or spiritual healing or faith healing. But I don't like using faith healing because most faith healers I've seen on YouTube clips are actually fake. So I'm no faith healer. It's nothing to do about faith. Trust me, it's nothing to do about faith. I've never had faith. I've never had faith in my life. And where am I? And what am I doing? I feel fucking great for it anyway. But yeah, this Reiki, if and most people do know about Reiki or energy healing, and so the Indigo Aspect Society, aka Alfie Define, and some people that are backing my petition and my my movement, we will support the teaching of the knowledge. I should have put the esoteric knowledge really about the energy healing, widely known as Reiki, because esoteric is also what it means, hidden knowledge. No, only a few know the knowledge. So like, if it's esoteric, only a few people know about that knowledge, whatever it may be about. So, and we also consciously develop every day, and we send that healing to the people who request it, or we just know friends who do it, so we just send that healing. And that's the Indigo Aspect Society. It's got nothing to do with politics as such. It's got nothing to do with religion. It's got nothing to do with any other organisations. But I do, and we do, support other people. So if you look at my website, you will see promotions for private businesses or private private work, like mediums, healers, etc., radio stations, private organisations. But I'm not connected to them. I'm just supporting them, if you know what I mean. Banner swap and that. But at the end of the day, the main message was to please people. 125 people looked on this petition and just thought nothing about it. This tells me blatantly how many people in this, how many people I've told, and how many people are really awakened to, or got that time out of day anyway, to sign a petition. Now I don't know if people are not signing a petition because they don't want to be known to be supporting this, because politically it sounds like it's going to cause drama, which it ain't, and it sounds a bit dramatic and all everything that I put in the petition. But at the end of the day, it breaks down and it just tells you, explains how Reiki healing or energy healing can build a brighter, lighter future for the next generation to come. My children, maybe, my my relations, I don't know, and I don't really care. I'm not concerned. All I'm concerned is about is what's good for this planet, and that's my main message. So if you can support my petition, the petition that we should all support and we should all think is our petition to improve the education system, not the government, not against the government, nothing to do with politics. So people who think that it's to do with politics, bollocks to you. That's all I'm going to say. Now this is the petition link. I will also put it down in the video description, and that's my website as well. If you would like to, visit my website, it's www.alfiedefine.tk. That is the short address, the short URL, if you want to call it. So I'm off now to go and place these. I've got about 7 more, 8 more to give out, but I'm slowly giving them out to different shops, different private people as I go, because you know, if I rush, things will never get done. That's what I've been told by my guys every day. If I rush things, nothing will get done. So just take my time, and that's the main message to you. Just take your time, and not faith, not belief, just know God is with you, and within you, and around you, and that God's, or you know, God's, the word God's, the Almighty Being, it's just basically energy around us. From that black energy coming from my tea, my cup, and from that blue coming from this little ornament thing, whatever it is, head massager, I think my girlfriend said. But anyway, these colours all got different energy projections. They're all projecting different colours. Like my library card, it's got red. It's got red on it. So at the end of the day, it projects passion or anger. So if you are feeling, and you go to the library, that projection, that vibration that is projecting onto your aura, and you're sucking it because some people are not protected because they don't ask for the cloak of protection, or they're not aware to ask for it. And like my pen that I write with most of my let's say my notes and my weird kind of messages, I write down in my blue pen. And the reason why I write down in my blue pen is because it matches the lapis lazuli. It's also blue vibration. And what's blue vibration? Archangel Michael, which is also spiritual protection, spiritual knowledge, and it is intuition, and it is infinite protection around your aura all the time. My folder up there with a pad, it's all blue. I keep most of my stuff blue if I can, but as you can see in my video right now, as you're perceiving, or you will perceive once the colours come out properly, you'll see I've got a red top. And I didn't have no reason to put a red top on it, except because it's clean, that's all. But no, and I feel quite passionate, more than angry, or you know, negative. So I feel more high vibrational than low vibrational. So when I go out today and the sun's beaming hot down in Folkestone, as it is yesterday, as it was yesterday, the hottest day of UK apparently, another fucking bullshit line they come out with from TV. But anyway, when the sun comes to you, it perceives a light, and your light that you've got on you, your t-shirts, to your own aura, your energy fields around you, all of them energies are all beaming out. You're all projecting them, and when you project your colours, like I project mostly blue because that's my favourite colour as well. It's Archangel Michael, and also because I've later researched and studied and finally worked out my position in this let's say this conscious movement. I figured out my place, or I've worked it out, or where I'm situated, and why, and how I got here basically. And I'm not going into it in this video, but I'm a production of one of the Anunnaki programs, let's say, and it's not mind control program. It's more like something to do with genetics. And so as I've studied and learned about DNA and genetics also, you know, you connect yourself up to the vibrations that you're perceiving and that you're projecting out, you're wearing, and your coincidences. This is no coincidences. And I've just noticed it's always Archangel Michael vibrational. It's all protection around me. It's all different, like, you know, it's all that kind of feeling, sensation. And I've discovered that obviously my DNA, the rhesus negative, many people got it. We think it's rare. We're not rare at all. It's just they put it, they say rare on the internet because internet is brought down the information. As we all know, and that's why you've got to analyse everything on the internet. So as well as projecting energies, you perceive energies, and when you perceive them energies, however you're perceiving them, thoughts or visions or sensations, or however you perceive them, you'll pick up that perception, and you'll project that back to someone else later on in that day. That's why it's also important to protect yourself every day, and every time you speak to someone, straight after, protect yourself, or before you talk to them, protect yourself, because you're engaging with another energy, another consciousness. So that's what you gotta understand, is that we're all connected. Black, brown, Asian, yellow, fucking red, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a damn. We're all connected, we're all infinite consciousness. Reese is negative, Reese is positive, I do not care no more. I didn't care before, but I thought, when I come across this, I thought, wow, like, it's a big thing. And then I looked into it more, and I thought, you know what, they're fucking us around, mate, they're doing our they're winding us up. Because I later discovered that we're actually genetically related or connected to these extraterrestrial beings called the Pleiadians, and they're also vibrational coloured blue for some reason. What a coincidence! And anyway, but I don't believe in coincidence, as you know, and so this is why I use blue most of the time, and this is why David Icke most probably does, because he is very aware of the extraterrestrials and he is very aware of the vibrationals, and most things around me are actually blue. It's just I can't find much to show you at this moment in time. But like I said, I wear my my lapis lazuli ring every day. I don't know if anyone, I don't know if you know, you most probably do. This is the giving out. This is the receiving. So this is the giving out side of the brain. This is the receiving side. So you receive your thoughts, you receive the perceptions through your left side. On the video you'll see it's my left side and your right side. And so when you put out your thoughts, you're putting out your thoughts on the right side of the brain, and at the same time, like I said about the brain waves, you switch from I think it's theta to delta or something like that, and then back to alpha, and then when you're into the alpha state of consciousness, you'll just relax and you go into deep meditation or something like that. Anyway, I'm not really understood properly about the brain waves, but I understand a lot about vibrations and how we connect. But I'll show you something though while I'm on camera quickly. A little gift that a friend gave to me. These colours on the feathers are really nice, and I'll explain quickly before I end the video, because it's like, whoa, it's gone 42 minutes. Right, so brown, white, red, and I believe this is probably indigo blue or something like that. I don't know really, but you know what, I love it. That's what I know. That's all I care about. Love and light, and what's good, what's relevant, irrelevant, and what's good and what's not. And if it's not good in your lifetime, for now, get rid of it. What's the point of having it? Keep carrying it around with you. Pointless, isn't it? I've got loads of gemstones, but I'm not going to go through all that. It just takes years. But one of my crystal balls, and I'm sure you've seen it in one of my videos before I end the video now, is you could call it pink or purple. I perceive it as a purplish colour because it's more purple than pink. So, but when I'm looking at that, I don't pick up pictures. Like, I'm not clairvoyant. I'm not that. I don't perceive pictures. I perceive thoughts, I think. So when I look at something, I'll get a thought back to me, and I think, am I fucking tripping, or am I stoned up my head, or what? And then, you know, after 4 fucking years after, you realise, no, you're not tripping, you're not stoned at your head. You know, it's the fucking world that's mad, and it's the world what's upside down. It's the world that's crazy, and you're the same one, or you know, you are the same one in your community, or not community. That's more like a town or place. I'm not saying that at all. More like my circle, family, my friends, and my close people to me. They all thought I was fucking off my nut at first, and well, I've proven them, and I've proved everyone. A lot of other people that I'm I'm going on something big and good, and it will be all kicking off very soon. But I've got a strong feeling about 2035. I don't know why. I ain't realised. I ain't even looked into how old I'll be, but I presume I'll be about 60 or something. So, but like I said, I'm not in this lifetime. I'm not doing what I do now, like my spiritual work. I'm not doing it for profit. You know, when I do my seminars and tours and that, obviously, you know, I've got to charge tickets, etc. Because at the end of the day, a production, which it will be a production or a show, does cost money, and it does cost money in this. Well, you know, in this life we live, it costs us money. It's not free to put on these events, apparently so these days. I don't know. But, you know, I might go old fashioned and stand up in the city of London or folks in town hall and start doing the megaphone back in the 18th century. That's what they started doing. The next shout